I got started in MMA basically because I was a fan. I always watched kind of the old pay-per-views when I would find them on DVD or something. I kept telling all my friends, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I knew how to wrestle. I'd taken a bunch of like kickboxing classes, me and a bunch of, housewives punching bags. I called up a local promoter who was having a show every single week. And I was 0-0. And he matched me up with a guy who was 1-1 and knocked him out in 36 seconds. That was the beginning. Monday mornings, I usually meal prep kind of for the whole week, so we get the grill going also. I'm trying to go more organic. So this is all elk meat. Game meat is kind of my thing right now. I got asked to do an interview about a fight I had coming up. Went into the studio and did, half hour, 45 minutes. Eventually, the show ends and they're like, hey, you're not an idiot. We've got one of our hosts is leaving. Do you want to try this radio thing? Of course, I jumped at the opportunity. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I did that Tuesday nights and Thursday nights for 2 hours from like 7 to 9 p.m. So when the real radio job opened up, I auditioned for that and was able to get it, and I've been doing it ever since. I've never once in my broadcasting career got out of bed and said, I don't want to go to work today. I think that happens to everybody. But it doesn't happen to me because there's always something new to talk about.
This is the Bill and O.C. Show on Utah's #1 sports talk. Now here are Bill Riley and Sean O'Connell.
Well, hey, hi there. Good afternoon to you and welcome in. Bill and O.C. Show, Bill Riley, Sean O'Connell with you. Hope you had a good
radio host here in Salt Lake City, and I love the job. It's fun because it's so dynamic and it's changing every day, and I grew up watching and caring about sports and playing sports.
More and more teams reporting to NFL camps this week. That means that there are still a few teams out.
People want to know what I have to say. That's amazing.
With Ronda, she is at a position now in the UFC where she is either the biggest star in the game or the second biggest star in the game.
Interviewing Dana White, I wasn't in the UFC at the time, and I said, hey, you need light heavyweights? I'm tough. Let's make this thing happen. And he didn't really think I was serious, and I was like, no, I'm serious. I'm a fighter. I train under Jeremy Horn. I've beaten some tough guys. I'm on a win streak. And then he got a little intrigued, and he passed his number along, and I kind of started the ball rolling. It still took a year before I got signed, but I think that was the first thing that really put me on their radar. I think the fighting and my radio job being pretty flexible allow me to do things that maybe other people don't get a chance to do. So I moved to Africa. I lived there for a while in 2009, and it was the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. I worked with the Salesian nuns in Zambia and helped them build an orphanage project. It's basically a boarding school for abused girls that are not in safe environments at home. It's really incredible, man. They take these girls who've been through the worst backgrounds you could ever imagine. They're rescued from it, and they're brought up in a safe environment, make them feel safe and loved, and they educate them. They give them an opportunity to live a life that they wouldn't otherwise, and it's just fantastic. And I'm just lucky to be part of it, and I'll never stop supporting that. Fighting definitely, it allows me to get a message out there. It allows me to talk about it. It allows me to expose other people to it. It's the most valuable, most worthwhile thing I've done with my time ever. So I'm very proud of it. I love living here. It's been good for the MMA community here, I think. There's a really healthy lifestyle, high altitude, all that stuff. Salt Lake City is, depending on who you talk to, the best kept secret in America or the weirdest place to live in the United States. My days are very, very full. Workout in the morning, strength and conditioning in the morning, show prep, then the show, then straight to the gym. Usually home from the gym 9:30 or 10 o'clock, and it's time to eat, sleep. It's just worth it on both fronts. It's just worth it to balance work and fighting and everything else, because it allows me to live the life I want and do all the things I want and pursue the goals that I have.
He's a really smart guy, but he also has that kind of thuggish athlete inside him too. In general, you don't find those together very often. He's got a lot of potential because, physically he can do what the super athletes are capable of, but he's also smart enough to understand the finer points of jiu-jitsu. Sean's instincts are to be a caveman, you know, so he's got some polish inside there, and that's what we're always trying to bring out. But right now, generally, you're going to see a guy that comes forward constantly, swings hard, and if he connects 2 or 3 times, people are going to sleep.
Right now is the perfect time to be in my shoes. Exciting, a guy that fans are interested in, and someone that is legitimately dangerous for anyone in the division. If I hit you, I can hurt you. The end game for me is just to keep climbing the ladder and to become more of a presence in the fans' mind, in the organization's mind. There's a lot of tough guys between me and a title shot, but that's what I'm here for. Win, lose, or draw, it's going to be an exciting fight. I think that I have a very fan-friendly fight style, and for that reason, I think I'm going to be a mainstay in this organization for a long time.